Hey, what's going on, guys? Let's get into some bill searching. Hopefully we'll find something collectible, and hopefully we'll find something really valuable. Right off tops, I already see this 2017 has an over ink on the serial number, but that's super common for 2013 and 2017 notes. What I'm referring to is that heavily printed 2, which you can see from there without me zooming in or anything like that. We're looking for basically misprints that are, well, more uncommon than this. Errors, things with ink, a lot of things collectible fancy serial numbers, if I can talk correctly. Nothing on the front of that one, although that over ink is cool. Heavy 2 there. It's really, really common, so personally I don't hold on to them. If you do, more power to you. I do see some people selling them on eBay. If that's something that's up your alley, then go for it. Really nice condition, though. 2013 $1 note. Nothing really going on. This zero's sitting a little bit up. You can see that also from where you're at. You can see it's a little bit. If they're way off, some people refer to them as odometer notes because it looks like the mileage changing over or kilometers changing over in your odometer. Or ticker notes where it's stuck and essentially the little ticking, rotating dial that does the serial numbers just got jacked up due to improper lubrication. So, human error, typically. Moving on, though. Don't get confused by the discoloration of green that's around the edges of this. You can tell, well, I can tell from holding the note that it was wet at some point. So, that's what that's from. Just a good old ink bleed on the paper, which is a cotton linen mix, if you were wondering. A couple of 777s kind of mixed up in there. You know, if you have something that's a pattern, let's say it was like 4 6s, 4 7s, or 5 6 7, but repetitious digits, that would have been really nice. Those are pretty collectible. Really, binary notes with 0s and 1s or just 2 digits are going to be pretty sought after as well. In this case, with just a few 7s in there, nothing collectible, unless you got kind of a fancy serial number or pattern to the serial number. That's just some marker, so not damage. Almost a broken ladder. 2, 3, 4, a couple of 2s, but broken ladder is where you have all the digits that can be done in order, but they're not in order in the serial number. That's known as a true ladder. So if it was like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in order, that would have some good value over face value, depending on the denomination. I see $1 bills with true ladders that can go anywhere from like $30 up. In various groups I'm in Facebook as well as just on eBay. Some writing. Someone had $250. Nice. 2013 series note. This is post the early 2000s redesign where they kind of just added took off the border around the depiction of Hamilton, added some graphic enhancements, and primarily did some anti-counterfeiting measures, which is like the repetitious 10s here, as well as some things with the makeup of the actual material that makes up the bill. Nice depiction of the U.S. Treasury building. It's not like exciting looking per se, but a cool building to visit. And nothing going on this serial number. This is actually shifted a little bit up. Usually you can see the serial numbers and the seal shifted, they coincide with one another. It's really, really small. Now, if this seal or serial number was way off or obscuring another part of the note, then that would be considered an error and something really good to hold on to. Otherwise, this is just another one of those redesigned denominations of U.S. currency in the early 2000s. Yeah, 1616, 2048. I guess you could call it a double year note, but anyhow, I like to hold on to really birthday notes that are month, day, then year, and primarily something within U.S. history if I'm going to do something like a historical date note rather than like a, I guess they're all birthday notes, but like a birthday note being like February 2nd, 2010 or whatever. But to each their own. If you collect date notes in general, then more power to you. And nothing going on in the back. Older, whoa, hey, okay. Older $1 bill. I was about to say $6 bill, which makes absolutely no sense. 2006. But look, we got a small ink error At first I was like, yeah, it could just be some pen, but if you look, and I'll get as close as I can. Let me see if I got a light. Is there a light? Bam! I'll turn it off in a second so I'm not blinding you, but you can see the word Washington. It's printed over top of that green ink, and it is the same style of ink that would have been used on the note for the serial number and seal. That is awesome. All right, so anything else going on? I mean, this is obviously some blue ballpoint pen. But I mean, that's a clear as day ink air. I have never pulled one of those. Again, now I'm getting skeptical because there's kind of some ink going on, but this looks like a clear-cut ink air to me. But you can tell me if you disagree, if you're like, you're crazy, Kyle, that's not real. There's another bit of ink going on. Maybe somebody just had some fun drawing all over the thing or throwing ink. I don't know what they were doing, man. But I'm going to hold on to it because I think, for right now, that could be an ink error, and I will look closer with a jeweler's loupe or my little USB magnifying glass or whatever later. So anyway, really, really cool. So I'm excited about that, but I am a little skeptical. Little shift over to the left on this serial number. I can't talk today, guys. On this Department of Treasury seal. There's also that same thing I mentioned earlier. Sevens are sitting a little high, but unless they're way off, not going to hold on to it. Nothing going on there. 0528, and then we don't got a year on the end. But if we would have had like 2014, would have been a fantastic birthday note to hold on to. On the back, I like to keep an eye out around the seals. I get a little luckier with, serial numbers or whatever. Star notes, birthday notes, kind of shifted stuff on the front of the note or obverse the note rather than the reverse of the note. But I like to keep an eye around the seals. There's a lot of intricate detail to the design. Sometimes you'll get kind of similar to this guy, little ink issues, so that's cool. I will take a closer look after I'm done recording. I'll let you all know in the comments if I think that's really truly an ink smear. If it is, I'm gonna have to send it in, I suppose, to really kind of confirm things. Really clean 2017 A $1 note. E for Richmond, Virginia. I do like the Richmond area. Nothing on the front. Don't get confused by that. That's just a wet ink transfer, or is just heavily printed. In this case, it looks like just a fresh set of ink was used on this bad boy. It's a really clear note, really clean overall and in great condition. So it's most likely a press through of ink that looks like kind of a thumbprint right there. Rocking on 2017 A. B for New York, New York. Little sevens going on, 8 sitting a little wonky, but not enough for me to hold on to. And thought I might have something around that pyramid, but no. 2017 again. Different series, though. Still a huge amount of them printed, so. And beat up and hard to tell if anything's going on. Hey! Star note. Spoke it into existence. 04866-807, but it is a replacement note, totally jacked up. Folded up, all creased up, but really cool nonetheless. I don't see a lot of $10 replacement notes or star notes. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to looking this thing up. I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video and get a little more info on the bill itself, and then I'll throw in the description box, now that I've found one of these. I'll throw it in the top of the description box of this video and the comment that I leave about this other note, what I find about it. So, U.S. Treasury. Man, today, I'm telling you, it's a hard language, man. But I'm excited about that, guys. I haven't seen a $10 star note, I think, in, man, a few years at this point. I come across ones and stuff, but to be expected. I think there's much more replacement note ones out there due to the fact that there is a ton more of them printed than $10 notes. But I am excited. We're down to the last few. I didn't see anything on the back there other than a bunch of folds, but we got ourselves a possible ink error and a nice star note, so I can't complain. Got nice bookends here too, 2727, but the middle here doesn't have anything collectible or pattern-wise, so not going to call home about that one. nothing going on there. Flip this around for you. I think the last one's in the same orientation, so hopefully stop messing with the notes so much. Nothing in the serial number. 2017 A note. Not the worst condition we've seen in this one. Nothing to talk about design-wise. Ones haven't been updated for 70-odd years, so they all are going to look very much alike. And nothing going on. Last but not least, little shift down and to the left, but well within the bounds. Overall, not a bad condition, just folded in the middle. You know, with collectibles of any type, it's always condition, condition, condition. That's a huge importance. But anyway, you know that. Nothing around the incomplete pyramid with the all-seeing eye, or the seal here with a lot of different uses of the number 13. I like to keep an eye around kind of the fine lines. You can see how there's a little bit of blending going on, but if they're totally messed up, you got yourself a little ink error. So nothing going on that guy. The two we're holding on to, of course, the star note. I think that's pretty awesome. A nice replacement note. I haven't really pulled any 10s, so that's really awesome. I'm excited to look it up, see what's going on with it. So stay tuned for that. And I think the star of the show on this one was, although beat up, 2006, possible ink error. But with a party of pens and stuff on the back, I'm going to have to take a closer look. I will let you know in the comments. And then, of course, I'll talk to you about your finds there as well. But let's jump over to a star note lookup I like to use and get a little more info on that replacement note. All right, so we hopped over to mycurrencycollection.com, and I'll show you how to look up the star notes. I put in the serial number, pick the denomination, and what series it is, and then you just hit look up your star note, and that's going to give us some info. So it'll give us the run size, the replacement type, and then the total printed. So there's 3.5 million of these made. And it gives you a little more info on where yours falls and how kind of rare comparatively they are. You can look up more information online to see which ones have more rarity. You also can have duplicate star notes. But this website has some really good information that you could probably use. Anyway, that's all, folks. So now you know the deal with that. I will see you guys in the next video.